Jada Solterrain drew her first breath in the shimmer of dawn on 23 October 1998 inside a corrugated tin maternity hut parked beside a red desert billabong near Alice Springs. Dingoes were still yawning out their night songs when her mother, a traveling didgeridoo fusionist who keeps dried wattle in her instrument pouch, coaxed a warm drone around the newborn's ears. Her father, a cloud-seeding pilot who sketches cumulonimbus castles on fuel receipts, leaned so close their cheeks touched and promised his daughter, "The horizon bends wide for any body that never folds itself small." Curves wind through the Solterrain family, the same way water holes wind through spinifex. So nobody fussed when baby Jada exploded her second flannel swaddle before sunrise painted Uluru apricot. Nana Werpa slipped a bone needle between the threads, opened every seam, padded the gaps with scraps of opal print calico, then laughed that spare fabric cost only coins while teaching a child to shrink could cost her every uncharted mile of sky. Primary school smelled of pencil shavings, eucalyptus vapor, and baked river silt. Jada loomed taller and broader than classmates, blocking the rickety overhead beam whenever she mapped fractions on the whiteboard. One scorchy recess, two boys flitted round her, chanting, "Road train," while she hopped chalk boxes. That dusk, she prowled the dry creek bed for soft-edged soda caps, threaded them on fishing leader into a spine of mirrors, and stitched the chain down her khaki jumper. At roll call next morning, flaming sun scattered constellations across asbestos ceiling tiles. A relief teacher filmed 7 seconds on a secondhand phone and uploaded the spark to a young video site. By dawn, 15,000 strangers cheered the girl who spun teasing into sunrise flare. Jada wrote a silent oath in bottle green ink on her planner margin when clouds crowd like flies, flick light until they scatter. Saturdays meant her mother's fusion grooves, floating above a heat-wobbled stage at the Todd Mall night markets. All caramel peanuts and motor oil. Store-bought jeans choked at Jada's hips, so she swapped busking coins for sun-rotted canvas feed bags, cut them into high-waist shorts, sprayed rock kangaroo silhouettes in charcoal, and posed at sunset against rusted fuel drums, while her cousin snapped grainy pictures. She opened a diary called Dune Lantern the same week a fresh photo app seeped onto bush telephones. Captions danced between Pichanja Jara proverbs and blunt English truths such as, "Curves anchor sandstorms better than tie-downs." By 16, she counted 59,000 unseen friends, double-tapping every gold fringe post, proof that distant screens can drown lunch table jibes louder than any teacher's hush. A scholarship ferried her south to Adelaide University. Days melted inside desert hydrology labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour kangaroo burger van glowing electric lime beneath gum trees. The griddle lamp became her one softbox. Between orders, she filmed 90-second reels, twisting grease-proof sheets into sturt desert pea hair clips, while breaking down dart rotation in a voice half dust storm hush and half lecture snap. One clip layered magpie larks over a pocket synth bass line, while she chain-stitched reflective paracord into thrift store denim. 48 hours later, the reel skipped past 1 million plays. Coast-to-coast style pages crowned her the burger couturier, yet every sponsor mail jammed at size 16. Janetta slid each offer into a folder marked shrinking nets, wiped tomato relish from her cuff, and flipped another patty. Mid-March brought a heat wave and an email from Patagonia women proposing a technical outerwear capsule dubbed Sunstone Pulse. Jada answered with 3 iron conditions. Patterns must stretch to 60-inch hips, half of every crew spot reserved for regional TAFE grads, and 10% of net profit routed to solar bore pumps for remote cattle stations. Patagonia signed before the mercury dipped at dusk. The chute unfurled at dawn on a salt flat glimmering like glass. Jada guided curvy sandsail pilots across wind-scored crust while a drone carved spirals overhead. When the lookbook dropped, every extended size shell vaporized within 41 hours across 23 nations. Dune Lantern vaulted beyond 700,000 followers. Still sweet with burger van smoke, she ducked behind flour sacks, balanced her phone on a drum of pickles, and live-streamed tear-blurred thanks under fluorescent hiss. If that spike already lifts your ribs, pause right now and press subscribe. one tap is free, plants your flag on the front row, and lets every new tale hit your screen before the algorithm's wind changes. Do it while the story is still warm in your palms. Rumor, restless as desert wind, came hunting. A clickbait vlog claimed Jada cinched her waist in carbon plates between shots. At sunrise, she hauled a plywood board to the dune crest, stood in sports bra and linen shorts, traced every stretch line with crushed red ochre dust, and struck a 6-beat rhythm on her mother's travel drum. 10 million viewers reposted the video, christened Ochre Proof, stroking blush pigment across their own curves until gossip rolled away like tumbleweed. Burger van wages braided with capsule royalties to found Solterrain Glow, a whipped body custard spinning, quandong butter, wattle seed oil, and mica specks that wink pearl beneath phone flash. Jada poured 19,000 tins inside her dad's tin shed hanger, tied lids with braided jute cord, and tucked cards that read, "Moisturize your horizon." The batch blew out in 83 minutes, drawing $198,000. 20% launched Horizon Beacon grants, packing heavy-duty surgers and pocket field recorders off 2 plus-size teens from Mikithera to Cooper Pedy. 9 months later, 37 grant winners staged a roving fashion and wind song caravan lit by LED spin effects, streamed at dawn to breakfast panels from Hobart to Hanoi. Sydney Fashion Week added new legend. 90 seconds before call time, a backstage blower shredded her emerald mesh gown from rib to knee. She snatched neon tie-down from a lighting tech, laced the gap like sneaker eyelets, and strode out as if thread sketch had always demanded the splice. Camera shutters barked like dingoes, Vogue Inland christened the save Rope Rhythm, and another million lantern wanderers surfaced before after-party vinyl hissed its first groove. Sabotage circled once more when a dismissed promoter leaked emails claiming Jada demanded crocodile tail tacos and chauffeured dune buggies for her rescue bilby, Pepper. She posted the full chain: refillable water urns, veggie soup for crew, captioned monitors for deaf stylists. Affiliate revenue that month, $137,000, went straight into testing biodegradable long-line rigs, offering fans echoed her desert creed. Receipts shine brighter than rumor silt, till whispers sink beneath red dust. By midwinter dune, lantern shimmered across 6.7 million Instagram hearts, 3.3 million short video voyagers, and 2 million steadfast channel subscribers, engagement kissing 10% and rerouting agency flowcharts. Cartier invited her to headline Topaz Surge inside the Lens Tower at Cape Lewin. She agreed once Cartier pledged therapy stipends for abalone divers battered by rogue swells. The final reel, her wrist scattering amber shards over salt bleach beams, became Cartier's most saved post of the quarter. Family stays her compass. Twice a month, she streams strings and steam. Mum drives didgeridoo bass lines beside a camp cooker. Dad riffs cloud haiku while Jada flips thrift denim under fairy bulbs. One session hit 9 million when Pepper burrowed through icing sugar and sneezed a fairy drift onto the mic. A desert wildlife hospital now sponsors each stream, tagging rehabilitated bilbies with solar trackers financed by Solterrain Glow revenue thundered past 12 million by its second birthday. Jada leased a shuttered opal grating shed, cut skylights through corrugated iron, and hired furloughed road train mechanics plus design grads to whip and jar. Every tin seals with a jute knot tied during midday stretch dances to Outback house mixes. Logistics advisors pleaded for heat shrink, but she repeated her mother's stage maxim: fingertips keep legends long after robots forget, and knots stayed hand-tied. She threads mental health honesty through every drop, pairing salt pan portraits with burger van selfies captioned "Same sky, different weather," free breath tracks recorded in sandstone arches, reframing worksheets in English and Ariete, and sliding scale therapy codes flow through her feed. 1,600 followers now call her open-range transparency their first calm harbor. Community rides glow under crushed opal paint. Hundreds wheel the dusk circuit wearing Solterrain Glow across collarbones and LED firetail silhouettes on spokes. Ticket takings deepen beacon grants and fund wheelchair snorkel hoists at desert plunge pools. Camel Burger stalls stay firing late on ride nights because pomegranate soda sales spike 15%. Jada pedals the lead cruiser with pepper plush zip-tied in basket weave, breaking to retie any rider's dragging shoelace. Her memoir, Currents Keep Names, enters 11 language editions next spring, while a streaming crew trails her blueprint, converting mothballed weather balloons into drifting maker labs for remote bush schools. Puma's Y2E Wave Lantern sneakers launch next quarter, threaded in reflective rope and cushioned with algae foam, sending 10% of every sale straight into beacon projects across the inland. Second splash of invitation washes up. If you've ridden this far without subscribing, tap the button. One click furls you into every next expedition before the current changes. Slide down to the description when we finish. You'll find fresh Solterrain Glow restocks, the express link for Beacon Grant entries, tonight's Strings and Steam playlist, and a quiet compass, the research-based guide to starting genuine conversation, unlocking confidence, and the most trustworthy roadmap to help every woman who meets you feel a spark. No clickbait, just groundwork that works, and it's right there. If the soda cap spine, rope rhythm rescue, or Pepper's icing sneeze drew a laugh, hit like, spill your brightest moment in the comments, then share this voyage to a mate whose dreams need new wind. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts moonlight, and the outback bows to anyone willing to stand wide on dune crest and greet tomorrow unblinking. Final breeze brushes your screen. Subscribe now, stake your tent beside ours, and meet me on the next sunrise when a fresh story surfaces like lightning over salt flats and courage calls your name again.